So now we're left with Alice and the oh-so-uninteresting Yvonne to defeat Freddy once and for all. Alice sends Yvonne to the asylum to release Amanda's soul from the tower. And I've got to admit, for a hospital that's only been shut down for about 2 years, it certainly went to waste, didn't it? Meanwhile, Alice falls asleep and is ready to confront Freddy once again.
I was stronger than you! So you picked on Jacob, you bastard! You tried to make him like you, so you can live through his dreams! If you won't talk to me, maybe you'd like to talk to Amanda!
Uh-oh, looks like shit is about to get real. So Freddy chases Alice through the hallways until he comes across the dreaded Room of 100 Maniacs. Before he can do anything else, Alice comes up behind him and stabs him with a grotesque-looking baby cradle, pushing him right into the room where he gets rightfully pwned by all his daddies.
Good night, asshole!
Freddy might have taken a fall, but he's not down for the count. Alice walks into another room and ends up in the church, which is now transformed into an MC Escher labyrinth.
Mommy, come downstairs. He won't hurt you, he needs his boat.
I've got you both.
The following sequence is a dizzying array of Dutch angles and crazy camera tricks until... Hiya, Dan!
It's alright, son. Come with me.
Jacob, he's not your father!
Kids, always a disappointment.
Well, that's what happens when you cast children to appear in R-rated slasher films. Their audience have nothing to relate to. So Alice and Jacob finally meet at the center of the labyrinth. But where is Freddy?
Inside you, where he hides. That's how he found me.
All right, Krueger. This time it's for keeps!
So Alice then transforms into a deadite, and soon Freddy starts coming out of her body. Really, in every sense of the word. But Yvonne has finally broken into the tower where Amanda is located. Jump scare in 3, 2, 1. So with her soul freed, Amanda goes to assist Alice, who is still being tortured by Freddy.
Jacob, Alice will not triumph. Only you can help her now.
Hey, Mila. Let's go. I want to learn stuff from you. She's no fun anymore. Teach me.
Oh no. Oh, please God, no. Whatever you do, do not teach him anything. Do you know the consequences of this boy growing up having learned the evil ways of Freddy Krueger? Do you know what might happen? Do you know what might happen?
When you're big, you can push all the little ones around.
So Jacob vomits up the souls of Freddy's victims, which end up blasting him in the chest and out the back, eventually changing both Freddy and Jacob back into babies. So with the souls of Dan, Greta, and Mark released, it seems that Freddy has now been defeated. Yeah, right. Like that one fake door is really going to keep him locked in there forever? How convincing. So the movie ends 9 months later, with Jacob now finally born and Alice and her family now living happily ever after. That is, until we hear the kids humming the Freddy chant again. So that was... Wait. Is that the Vincent Price laugh I hear?
Want me to get him? Well, I got him. I'm out there.
Oh, gosh! Oh, that shit! That shit! Oh, man, turn that off! Jesus Christ! Oh, man. Wow. What a way to end a shitty movie than with a shitty song like that. Now, I will be fair, this movie isn't quite as bad as Freddy's Revenge, but it's still pretty bad. Obviously, after the series left Elm Street, the filmmakers were trying to come up with new, convoluted ways for Freddy to invade people's dreams. Now, positive-wise, I will say the movie looks good, with great special effects and pretty interesting set designs, and the death scenes, despite how little they are actually quite graphic. But on the other hand, the new characters are boring, Freddy looks like shit, and instead of any genuine scares, we get Freddy acting like a clown most of the time. Also, the soundtrack is really overblown and degrading. That crappy rap song, Let's Go, by Kool Moe Dee was enough to give it a Razzie nomination, and... wait a minute. Ramone's Pet Sematary got nominated too? And what? Iron Maiden's Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter won? Bullshit! As for our main heroine Alice, well, I do have to give her kudos for being the only character to ever survive 2 Nightmare films, but not much else. It's not that I don't like Alice. In ways, she's pretty much the polar opposite of Freddy. A babyface Freddy. A Supergirl who uses her dream powers for good instead of evil. And that's what I think was the idea that the writers wanted to bring to the picture. These 2 characters share a bond. Albeit a weird and often disgusting one, but it's a bond that would eventually produce into Jacob. But other than that, I just didn't think Alice had much of a personality as characters like Nancy or Kristen or Kincaid had. And Lisa Wilcox, I never found her acting to be very polished or charismatic in the slightest. So overall, this movie is really underwhelming and confusing, and I wouldn't really give it a recommendation unless you're either an Alice fan or you want to see more of Freddy and his sadistic silliness. Because trust me, there's plenty of it here. I still say part 3 or 4 should have ended it all, but obviously New Line Cinemas wanted to keep the franchise going, even though by now it was starting to grow quite stale. And that's why 2 years after this movie came out, New Line decided to make one more Nightmare on Elm Street movie to finally put the series to rest. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. That's another nightmare for another night. Now, I'm heading off to bed and dreaming about playing drums for Dragon Force. Tune in next time where me and my friend Waymu team up to review Henry Selick's Coraline. Happy Halloween, you bastards!